Okay. Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Kay Donaldson, the director of the Alabama Bass Trail Tournament Series and the Alabama Bass Trail 100. I'm joined by John Simpson, your tournament director for the Alabama Bass Trail 100 on Smith Lake. I want to welcome everyone to the live meeting. This will serve as your pre-tournament meeting for the ABT 100 on Smith Lake on November the 4th, 2023. The third and final stop of this season. Thank you guys for tuning in. John is going to be monitoring questions and comments as well as myself, and I know Daniel is probably tuned in as well. So we'll try to answer all of your questions as we move through this presentation. I do want to say that we are using a new software to stream tonight so that we can cover the ABT 100, the ABT, and the YouTube page. So if I look like I'm fumbling around, I am. This is a new software to me, but we're going to do our best to get through this and provide you as many channels as possible. I do want to say thank you to Linda Lewis, the Chamber of Commerce of Walker County, for being our host this week. Linda has hosted us several times, not only for Alabama Bass Trail, but for our championship, and now to have an Alabama Bass Trail 100. So we are thankful for her and her team. I do want to highlight, if you fished with us in the past, you're familiar with the group of volunteers that she has there operating golf carts and things like that. They will not be there this time. A lot going on, getting close to the holidays. I think Alabama plays LSU this weekend. So I have a feeling that there are a number of them that have bugged out for that reason. But we will take care of you. We have Frank and all of them on the boat ramp, and we'll get you in and out as quickly as possible. You'll just need to remember that when you come in the afternoon, that they will not be there to assist you, but this still will be a trailered weigh-in. So please make sure that you are aware that the volunteers will not be there in the afternoon to get you out of the water. But we shouldn't be that hard. Between 90 and 100 boats, it should go relatively fast. I do want to take this time to recognize our winners from the Miller's Ferry tournament, Jason Kilpatrick and Keenan Connell. Congratulations to them to come the $25,000 prize there at Miller's Ferry. What turned out to be a pretty tough tournament, but I'm looking forward to moving on to Smith Lake and rounding out our season on the Alabama Bass Trail. Do want to remind you, it's been a minute since we had an Alabama Bass Trail 100 event. I did want to let you know that all checks are paid out on site. We will pay those out as quickly as we can get the polygraph exam done. Make sure that that is all good. We will pay out the checks. If you have to leave before then, we will mail those on Monday. So if you have moved since your last registration update, please let me know that, but we will mail those checks on Monday after the tournament. A couple other things I want to remind you of is we do have live coverage going on Saturday. We will have cameras on about 10 boats. We will also have our 3 roaming cameras on, and we will have approximately 25 trackers out on the water. That is not to give away your secrets. It is to simply provide really good live content. So we will let you know either Thursday or Friday if you should expect a camera or a tracker. Those are applied at boat check. Your tracker will be attached to your key fob. Your camera will be installed at boat check, whether you come by water or by land. So that's just a reminder. If you're going to be coming by water, you're going to need to let John know that prior to 5 p.m. on Friday, and we will cover that in the slide here in just a little bit. But it's very important that we know where to have your key fob and your camera if needed. So please make sure that you let John know that. We'll be live from about 6:30 a.m. to 11 on Saturday. So we'll be bringing up-to-date information. We'll have Kenneth Grover, Robbie Floyd, and Jason Duran out on the water covering, as well as myself back at the ramp. So I did want to talk a little bit about our points race. Jonathan Collins and Derek Hicks currently leading the points race by 1 point, 191 points out of a possible 200. They've had a phenomenal year. Ben and Bo Williamson with 190. They are 1 point back. And then the third place team who won at Miller's Ferry, Jason Kilpatrick and Keenan Connell, are currently 5 points back in third place. But down to ninth place, it's a 18-point spread there. So going to make for a really good tournament and a really good points race. So I did want to point that out as well. Right now, we're not expecting any weather events that would prevent us from having this tournament, thank goodness. But I tell you what, it got really cold today, and I'm not a fan. I'll just be real honest with you. So, John, I'm going to go ahead and try to maneuver our screen here and get you your PowerPoint presentation so everyone can see that. So if you'll give me just 1 minute, I'll get that all taken care of. Let's see here. All right, there you go, Mr. John.
All right. For you guys that are going to have cameras or trackers with you this weekend, or if you would like a tracker or a camera, Mr. Kenny Kernall with anglerschannel.com. This is his contact information, 704-770-8600. You can contact him anytime between now and Friday afternoon. Friday afternoon, they will be sorting everything out. So I would think you would probably need to contact him, no later than 4 or 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon if you would like a camera or a tracker.
Just a reminder, guys, you will get your boat number on Thursday night at 7 p.m. So you will have your boat number. Please make sure that you contact him after you receive your boat number and tell him boat number 1, I would like to have a camera, or whatever your boat number is. So please wait until Thursday afternoon after 7 o'clock when you get your boat number.
If you do get a camera or a tracker this weekend, you are not to tamper with those. GPS trackers must stay in your boat at all time during the tournament. Do not leave them in your truck. That will result in disqualification if you do not have it in the boat. There again, tampering with the camera or a GPS tracker and or removing either from your boat during the tournament will result in disqualification. Boat check Saturday morning will begin at 3:30 a.m. This is a 100 boat event, so we will be there a little later. We're normally there at 3, but since we only have 100 boats, we'll be there at 3:30. So any time you guys want to come in after that, we will have our folks setting in place, working the ramp, working boat check, and they'll be ready to go. Boats checking in by water, you'll come to the T-dock or the dock with the flashing red lights. I'll show you whenever we get to the logistics slides exactly where those flashing lights will be. Safety first. Anytime the big motor is running, you must be wearing a Coast Guard rated PFD, even in the practice. For this event, practice days are Thursday and Friday, so that rule will be in effect on those 2 practice days. Blast off Saturday morning will be approximately 6:45 a.m. First flight will weigh in at 3 o'clock p.m. Again, this is a trailer weigh-in, so whenever you get to the ramp, you can put your boat on the trailer before you bring your fish to the scales. Please follow all posted water control signs and buoys. PFDs are required at any and all dams on the lake. Anytime that the big motor is in gear, your kill switch must be in place and it must be tethered to your body. During blast off, when we call your number, please idle past the blast off boat. We have cameras and camera guys and photographers on that boat. So we want it to remain as steady as possible. So be close to the boat when we call your number, idle past us. Once you get past the blast off boat, you are free to put it on plane and go to your spot. There's a slot limit on Smith Lake. The slot limit is 13 to 15 inches on all black bass. We will honor that for this tournament. So you cannot keep anything between 13 and 15 inches. Anything below 13 and anything above 15 will be weighed. Again, I'm your tournament director. My name is John Simpson. My phone number is right here. It's 256-309-9852. In an emergency situation, please call 911 before anything. And then once it is safe to call myself or Daniel Montgomery, you can do that at that time. Daniel Montgomery's number is here on the screen. It's 256-284-9889. If you have an emergency or you need to contact somebody, one of us after weigh-in starts, you will need to call Kay, as Daniel and myself will be on stage weighing fish. Kay's number is on the screen as well. It's 256-303-7905.
Guys, I will say I am on live from 6:30 to 11, so I will not be able to take your calls then. So please make sure you direct your calls to John and Daniel during that time. Only call me after weigh-in has started.
Okay, this is just the parking screen or layout that we're going to have. Boat check will be as soon as you come in the paved road off of the main road. Boat check will be set up right there before you get into the parking lot. When you go through boat check, you will go on the right-hand side of the parking lot down to the ramps. I will have my guys there at the ramp, putting you in and telling you which lane to use to put in. The weigh-in area will be just right on the west side of the pavilion that is there. And again, this is a trailered weigh-in. Right here under the T-dock there on the east side of the ramp on the very point, that's where our water check will be. Again, there will be red flashing lights at that little station. So if you are coming by water, we will be on that dock that's on the end of the point there, and Mr. Danny will get you checked in if you are coming by water. Blast off boat, we will be out here again out there on the east side of the ramp area. The staging area will be between the blast off boat and the dam. So once you get your boat put in, ease over into that staging area and free up those docks while people continue to put their boats in the water. Approximately 6:45, we will be calling numbers from this location. You will idle past us and blast off. That afternoon, pontoon boat will be back in the water, and we will have somebody on that boat checking you in. You will go to the pontoon boat with the flashing light. You'll tell them your boat number, and he will check you in. You will keep your key fob with you until you get to the weigh-in line. Once you get to the bump sink, that's when you will turn your fob in. This is the off limits area. If you kind of draw a line from the ramp area to the west side of the dam, that area is off limits. And then 100 yards on the other side of the boat ramp will be off limits as well. That will prevent anybody from fishing where we will be releasing fish that afternoon. If you are coming by water, we will send out a text message on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. That will give you your name, your boat number, your flight number, and what time you are due in. If you are coming by water, you will send me a text or an email after that time. Give me your boat number, and then just simply state coming by water. I will put that on my list and give that to my guys to pull key fobs to give to the on the water check-in for Saturday morning. I will also give that to the live team in case you have a camera. They will have your camera ready at the dock whenever you pull up to check in. It's a water check-in. They will install your camera or tracker at that time. Again, if you want to come by water, just anytime after you get that email or that text on Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and before 5 p.m. on Friday. So anytime between 7 p.m. Thursday afternoon and 5 p.m. Friday afternoon, shoot me a text or an email saying I'm coming by water. If you want to send me an email, my email address is here. It's jon@alabamabasstrail.org. I will take people coming by water by text or email.
Reminder, please do not respond to the text that you're going to receive. Make sure that you directly text John. We do not see those messages when you send the message back to the number that texts you. That is a software system that we use, and we will not see your message. So please make sure that you put John's phone number in to let him know that you're coming by water. We will not see it otherwise.
If you have any questions or comments, we will be monitoring the Facebook pages. You can comment there. Or, anytime during the day, you're more than welcome to call Daniel or myself. You have our phone numbers. You can call us, ask us any kind of questions as far as rules or are concerned. Or, if you have any issues making it Saturday, just give us a call. Kay, do you have anything?
The only other thing I will remind you that if you choose to do a protest must be filed within 15 minutes of the scales closing, and I believe the scales will close at 4:15. I think the final flight is due in at 3:45. That means scales can close as late as 4:15. So that means you would have to file your protest by 4:30 on Saturday if you have something that you feel like is a protestable event that happened during the day. So that's just a reminder. Protest forms can be acquired by myself, through myself, John, or Daniel. So you're welcome to come and talk to either one of us during the day, and we'll be happy to provide you that information. But just remember that you must sign it, and it is given to a copy of it is given to the person that you're protesting. So I just want to remind you of that. It's been a few months since we've done an Alabama Bass Trail 100 event, so I want to make sure that we cover all of those things. Please make sure that whoever is driving the truck when you come in on Saturday morning has the text message with your boat number in the driver's seat to speed that up. Again, we encourage everyone to get there as early as possible, but we will be there beginning at 3:30. Please don't all pile in at 15 minutes before blast off. We cannot ensure that you're going to be in the water by then, so please make sure that you don't do that. You've got John's phone number. You have my phone number. You have our email addresses. You should have received your email this morning at 10 a.m. I received mine to let you know the who, what, whens, and wheres. If you have not, it's been since June since we fished in Alabama Bass Trail 100. Please make sure that you have a valid fishing license for the state of Alabama, as everyone's annual license expired on August the 31st. Please make sure that you have renewed that before getting on the water for official practice. That's really all I have. You can always check alabamabastrail100.org for all of the information if you didn't receive your email, but you can certainly let us know if you didn't receive it as well. Otherwise, we will see you on the ground probably sometime Friday, but certainly we will see you on Saturday morning at Smith Lake at the dam. Blast off set to be somewhere between 6:30 and 6:45. I hope you guys have a blessed day. John, thank you. And Daniel, I see that you're in here with us as well. We will see you Saturday morning for the third stop, the final stop of the Alabama Bass Trail 100 for 2023. We'll see you there.